So many brands don't realize that when you're expanding and selling outside of the US, well, things like localization actually matters. And you would think, you might think that taking something and just translating it in ChatGPT or in AI is going to be good. AI is great. I use AI every single day for many, many different things. But there's a lot of nuanced things, phrases, words that localization matters. So if you directly translate the word frog to mean something else, it might not mean frog. It might mean something totally different. Or if you're saying, please pass the ketchup, directly translated without the nuance of localization might mean something totally different or might sound really rude. So I think that's where brands really need to understand localization and not just copying and pasting it. Good news, there's a new tool out there called SellerLingo, and I'm going to walk you through this step by step. Have not used the tool yet, so this is really going to be firsthand from everything. I didn't queue anything up. I have a listing over here, but that's really about it. And we're going to see how it compares for basic ChatGPT or maybe even Claude, right? So when you log in, you see that we have translate a listing, run a listing report, translate image text. That's kind of interesting, and a compliance guide. Oh, that's free. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we go over here to create a brand, and we're going to do this on Physician's Choice. This is just my little, by the way, why is choice capitalized over here? So I'm going to go over here, going to add Physician's Choice, create a brand. Okay, cool. So translations, we're going to start here. You can paste your listing content manually, fetch it from the URL, or bulk upload. That's great. Okay, here's a dashboard over here, a glossary for specific terms. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Translate images. Okay, we know where to go for that. Listing audit. That'll be fun to do. Competitor comparison. Okay. Review analysis. Compliance check. That's a good one. Okay, brand workspaces. So it's separated by brand, so that's good. And got it. Okay, cool. So we're going to fetch it from the good old URL, not to be confused with TRL. Fantastic show. Bring it back. Okay, so now we just pasted the URL over here and we're fetching it. This is going to bring in the title, the bullet points, A+ content, the images. Okay, so market. Interesting. Now I can come over here and select my target market. So this is a US listing. And let's say, for example, I want to target Germany, right? I wouldn't do US because it's already in the US. But it's interesting all the different marketplaces and translations you can do over here. So let's go with Germany. So we can see this is going to cost us 20 credits and my balance. Okay, cool. So now it's going to be translation. This product has already been translated. Sign into the original account or purchase credits to translate it on this account. Womp womp. Okay, so it looks like somebody already did this for this brand. So that's okay. We're just going to have to go and switch the brand. Let's do Garden of Life. Hopefully no one's doing Garden of Life. Okay. Grab Garden of Life over here. Go back to the tool. Create a new brand, Garden of Life. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to the input and we're going to take the Garden of Life URL. Do the same thing again over here. I guess that does make sense because if you're the brand owner, you already did it. So maybe that's gating out other people to be running it. Not too sure. Okay, so Garden of Life, we've done this over here. We're going to do this for the German market. Translate it. Now, at the same time, I'm going to open up good old ChatGPT. And then I'm going to open up Perplexity for a couple of different reasons. But going back to the tool here, it's going to take 30 to 90 seconds. Cool. So what I'm going to do at the same time is I'm going to say, I'm going to give you the title. I'm going to give you the title, the bullet points, and all the content from a listing on Amazon. And I want you to translate this into German for me. I think I was going to say something else, but it's okay. So we have title here. I don't know what you're thinking for. I didn't give you anything yet. Title. And then we will go to bullet points. For some reason, they keep on hiding bullet points. Okay, title, bullet points, bullets. Okay, and we will do product description. Okay, and then description. So this is going to be basic level for ChatGPT. So if SellerLingo didn't exist, this is what 99% of you are probably going to be doing. Going back to SellerLingo, okay, so it's checking the title, bullets, and it's saying okay. So I'm believing, I'm led to believe, I guess this is confirming that it's good. So add proofreading and SEO optimization. Oh, that's interesting. For Rufus and Alexa aligned SEO. That's really cool. For just 29 bucks. And it's per parent per parent product. Okay. So then if we go down here, it is, what are we doing here? Main product image. Okay, so it's translating the text on the actual images. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't even do that with ChatGPT. So it's translating the label itself. Wow, this is actually, I didn't think it was going to go that far down the rabbit hole. I thought it was just going to do the title and the bullets. And here's the product description. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff. Wow, it's even doing the images in the A plus content. Very, very cool. So we have a lot of data here. Now I can go and export it, but I want to see what ChatGPT, yeah, it's still working, right? So I'm going to go to Perplexity on Sonnet, and I'm going to tell it exactly the two outputs, one from ChatGPT and one from SellerLingo. And I'm going to say, which of these sounds more native and accurate to the German speaker? These are both going to be listings that I've translated from English to German using two different tools. I'm going to say tool A is this one, tool B is this one. Which one sounds the most native? That's the first thing I'm looking at. So if I go to SellerLingo, I don't want to copy and paste all this. Well, I do because I'm going to be doing that with ChatGPT anyway. Okay, so let's go over here and we're going to say this one. Well, actually, let me tell Perplexity. So I'm going to give you two examples, example A and example B. Both are going to be translations from two different tools for the title, bullets, and description of a product on Amazon. I want you to tell me which is more native sounding and more natural sounding, and it's going to resonate better with the German market. Would it be tool A or tool B? Here is the details below. Cool. So the ChatGPT version, we're going to call that tool A translation. And we're going to say tool B translation. Okay, so we're going to go over to SellerLingo, copy this. I could download it, but I don't want it to download because I just want that piece of the data. But let me see how it actually exports out. Oh, it's a Excel file. So maybe I'll just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was easier. So let me grab here, go back to Perplexity. So tool B, description. I like how it actually did the backend search terms here and translated the actual text on the images. That was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we have tool A and tool B. Run it. Remember, example A is going to be ChatGPT. So tool A correctly used probiotica. The standard recognized. Tool B uses this, technically understandable, but feels like a workaround, almost as if the translator was avoiding the word probiotica. German customers, so bio versus organisch. This is a significant red flag in tool B. In Germany, okay, so let's see here. A wins in terms of, okay. So going based off of actual Amazon policy guidelines and what you can and cannot say, which tool is actually better? Let's see what it says. So this is genuinely important. The answer flips the verdict significantly. So looking at both the lens of the Amazon policy and the EU German, the FDA disclaimer. This is an FDA disclaimer on a German Amazon listing. So the FDA has no jurisdiction. Okay. So tool B, which is SellerLingo, removes that, which is important. Uh, Regulations, only health claims made by this. So here's a nuance. So Amazon.de and regulators have actually been restrictive about the word probiotica. Aha. So it read well, but in actuality, on compliance, it wouldn't work. So it doesn't matter if it's going to read well or not, it's not going to be compliant. That was the big thing. Because EFSA has historically rejected this, Tool B's pivot to active culturing may actually be a deliberate compliance workaround, right? So policy, so now Tool A is ChatGPT, Tool B is SellerLingo. So FDA, so ChatGPT, major violation, and this was removed. Alignment, partial, SellerLingo is better. So bio versus organish, German legal standard. ChatGPT got that correct. SellerLingo got that wrong, but I think there's probably a nuance to it, right? No exaggerated medical claims, both pass. Footnote, disclaimer style, US style, no. And on SellerLingo, it is cleaner. So there you have it. Initially, it's almost like when I'm doing product opinions. Initially, from high level, it looks like one was the winner and one wasn't. But in actuality, when you look at the reasons why, it flips it on its head. So you can see here the biggest flag if you were going to use ChatGPT would be a disclaimer, FDA disclaimer, but then also health claims and EFSA compliance and probiotica. So this is huge, right? So don't take it from face value, what I did over here, where it's stronger for the German market. So technically it is, right? Technically, but in terms of being compliant on Amazon, you would be not allowed to post that and removed and possibly dings against your account. So solid tool. This would save you hundreds of, if not thousands of dollars and hours on this kind of thing. And remember, we can go and do this at scale. So we can go back into the product and we can do it for other different countries as well. So I think it's really, really solid in that regard. I'm going to play around with more of these over here. But when I take a look at review analysis, so this is, okay, features and things like that. This is interesting. And competitor comparison. So you versus your competitor in different markets, audit report, lots of, for Rufus and Alexa AI readiness. So this is good, right? Because then you're putting you versus your competitor in the certain marketplace you want to launch in and see where you stand. I think this is solid. I think it's well worth the investment if you're expanding internationally. And like I tell people all the time, always make sure that it makes sense to go into certain markets, right? Just because Amazon has Japan, Italy, all these different countries, make sure that it's product market fit and it's going to resonate. And if it does, and you're launching, make sure that you're compliant. And this tool is saving you a lot of aggravation. But let me know what you guys think.